Hey guys, welcome to the channel, and this is a apartment build that I've been wanting to show you guys for a while now. In the Goth family LP, which is what this is for. Cassandra, she's a young adult, and she is getting kind of tired of still being treated like she's a teenager, and she is going to college soon to be a musician. So I wanted to do a really cute apartment for her and Hannah, her best friend, if you haven't seen the LP. I was thinking of maybe having them in the art district because they're both artists, but I thought it would be really cute for them to be in the spice market because I don't know, it's just a more city vibe. I think it's more New York inspired, at least to me. I've never been to New York, so it's just based on what I've seen in TV shows and movies and stuff like that. But so I really wanted their apartment to be super bright and colorful and kind of, I don't know, not like frumpy or anything, but maybe they found a lot of things at the flea market that they kind of placed in their house that they've been collecting because they've been talking about moving out together for a really long time. Now, what I did here with the fridge, I kind of placed it halfway into the wall. I don't know if that's functional. I haven't tested it yet, but we'll see, I guess. And I also found some CC cabinets and counters of this set. I think it's a Harbinger set. I think that's what it's called. But it's that same yellow, but it has a white countertop instead. So I ended up changing that later. I used a lot of CC in this apartment. So if you see anything that you like, I do have a Tumblr. It's IrrelephantSims.tumblr.com. And I'll provide a link to that in the bottom, in the description below. Because, I used a lot in this build. Because the way that I wanted it to look was kind of IKEA inspired in a way. Because I had just gone to IKEA around the time that I built this. So I was heavily inspired by IKEA when making this build. And I think because Cassandra's family, the Goth family, because they're more well off, I think they would have helped her a lot to get started and have everything that she needs. So even though she's in one of the more quote-unquote dingier apartments, it's still really nice. And I don't think that Bella and Mortimer would necessarily want their daughter to be in a grody apartment, because even though they would like for her to just stay home, she's wanting to branch out and move out on her own, have her own space. So, and also she has her boyfriend Sean, and they've only gone on a few dates, but she really likes him a lot. Unfortunately, Mortimer doesn't like him, so that's why he hasn't really showed up at the house at all, really. So, there's that too, because she just wants her own space to enjoy her relationship and just live her life. So that's kind of what Cassandra is going through. So here I'm just finishing up the kitchen. It's almost done. I have a lot of knickknacks and bright colors everywhere. So now we're working on the living room, and I really wanted it to be super bright and colorful. I do end up toning it down a little bit later on because it was just clashing too much with each other and the dining room area. So I was like, I need to bring it back a little bit. But as far as the whole entirety of the apartment, I really like how it came out, and I think it matches Cassandra and Hannah's artistic aesthetic, I think. especially Hanna, she's an excellent painter, so she really loves abstract art. And if you don't know about Hanna too much, I did have a city living LP with her brother, and her dad for a little while, but it wasn't working out for me, really. I wasn't enjoying it because there's so many other people who were playing around with city living, and I felt like they were telling the whole city story better, and I enjoyed watching them better than my own stuff, really, if I'm being honest. So, I don't know. I just figured I can bring Hanna into the Goth LP, since her and Cassandra became best friends when they were in high school. So, yeah. So Hanna's mom, she passed away while she was still in high school, well, as a freshman, and due to a car accident. And her mom was a very good artist, mostly cultural art that she did because they're of African descent. So basically Hanna just kind of took after her mom, and in like a memory of her mom, she took a painting to help her cope with her loss, which actually ended up helping her a lot, and she got through the passing away of her mom through art, and now she's in love with art, and that's what she wants to do with her life. So yeah, so that's Hanna, and Hanna kind of brought Cassandra out of kind of like a bad path of life, because Cassandra was trying to find her place in the world, and she was like in the renegades, and she was vandalizing things, and she just wasn't in a good place. So when she met Hanna through Hanna's brother, because of a project, she went over to their apartment to visit and study together. Her and Hanna just hit it off like right away, and yeah, they've been besties ever since. But Hanna's really helped her to just kind of grow up a little bit and realize that there's more to life than trying to prove yourself to people who don't really care about you, you know? So, yeah, that's Hanna, and I love Hanna. She's so great. Yeah, so basically what I'm doing here is I was trying to separate the living room with the dining room, just so there's just a little bit of separation, because it felt a little haphazard if they were next to each other in a way, if that makes any sense. So I thought using that geometric screen might be a nice thing to incorporate. Now this little room here, it's not really functional, it's just for me, it's for my aesthetic. But I found these washing and drying machines, and they're so cute. And usually in an apartment, you'll have, if you're lucky, a little laundry room in your apartment. I have one. It's unfortunately in my pantry, but but anyway, I found these washers and dryers from Wiley Miniature Sandwich. She did a few CC options or swatches of these, some with the doors open, some with them closed, and they're really cute, and I think they add a lot to a build. It makes it a little more realistic, I think, even though they're not functional. I low-key want a laundry stuff pack or something. I really think that would just add so much more realism. It would be kind of annoying, I think, in the long run, maybe after the novelty wears off, having to deal with your clothes in The Sims all the time, but So, so the tile in the bathroom here is also custom content, I think. And I really wanted a more colorful and almost European type of tile in the bathroom. And it gave it a nice little pop of color, I think. And I liked the reddish orange on the walls that kind of bring out that color from the tile. And of course I had to have a yellow clawfoot bathtub. I think that originally this bathroom had like a super ugly tub and Bella was like, no. So there's not really like a whole lot of things going on in the bathroom, just very basic necessity type things. But I really like how it turned out. I think it's really cute for both the girls to enjoy. So here in the entryway, I just put like a thing, the coat rack thing, as well as a plant, and that's pretty much it, really. Cassandra's room, it's very similar to what she has in the Goth family home, because I figured she would bring a lot of what she had in her room, in her family home, with her to the apartment. So I wanted it to look very similar, but just a little bit different as well, since it's a new space and maybe she found some new things. So that was my idea for her room. Now, Cassandra is also an artist. She isn't as skilled as Hanna is when it comes to painting, but she can paint and she enjoys it. But Cassandra excels in music, and she wants to be an entertainer, maybe even like a star one day. So that's her dream. And I really liked having the brick in here because I felt like maybe that was the original brick in the building. So they just painted some of the walls like a two-toned type of thing. So there's pink in the wall, and I mean, I was kind of iffy about the pink because Cassandra isn't really super girly, but I felt like the pink walls were a nice contrast to some of the things that she has in her room. There's a lot of black and bold color, so the pinks and I think I have yellow in here, but they almost serve as a neutral in a way. So I really love how Cassandra's room came out. I think it matches her perfectly, and I love it so much. I honestly wouldn't mind having a room like this. And of course she brought her purple keyboard, because she can't have a giant piano in the apartment, obviously. That would be cool to have a mural space for Hanna to kind of do something really cool in the kitchen area. Now Hanna she's more girly than Cassandra is in a way, or more traditional kind of. I still wanted to give her an artistic vibe in her room. So I really loved this yellow comforter. Or did I change it? Maybe I did. I think that's the one I kept. But I loved the yellow one too. I was just undecided about it. And I thought it would be really cute to have mix-matched chairs for the dining room area. So I thought having the giraffe lamp in Hanna's room would be super cute and a nod to her African heritage. And it's just a cute lamp all around anyway, so yeah. So this painting of the blue flowers, it's my favorite. I love that painting. I use it all the time. Oh, so I did change the bedspread. and it makes sense because I was going for a blue and green theme eventually in her room. But I mean, for all intents and purposes, her room is a little less flashy, I think, than Cassandra's room. Well, not flashy, but you know what I mean. Because Hanna is her family is not as wealthy as Cassandra's family, so I think that Bella would have helped Hanna a little bit, but not very much, so that's why her room is a little more simple and smaller than Cassandra's, because Cassandra's family pretty much helped pay for the apartment for them. But anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm excited to move Cassandra into her new apartment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!